In the first half of 2022, Indian startups raised $17 billion worth of venture capital when compared to $34 billion raised last year. Everything seems to be on track to hit a record funding level yet again, and we may even be tempted to say all is well. But is it? The slowdown is real. VC funding into Indian startups is down from $11 billion in Q1 to $6.9 billion in Q2 as per data from Venture Intelligence. In the last quarter, there were more warning letters from venture capital firms than sightings of unicorns. Only 4 startups entered the billion-dollar club in Q2 versus 14 in Q1. Well, the unicorns themselves have been struggling to raise funds. Some are dealing their IPOs and others are preparing to take a cut in valuation in exchange for funding.
Not just that, Q1 of 2024 has seen a massive drop of 33% in startup fundraising than in Q1 of 2023. Here's the question arises, is the startup ecosystem in India is declining on a year-on-year basis? For that, we need to understand what a startup is. Startup is an early-stage development company focused on building a new product or a new service. It is based on innovation of totally new product or enhancing the old ones. Now the question arises, from where we can get our startup idea? See, there are various ways of getting an idea. You can also check our latest Instagram reel to know more about this. But basically, most valuable startups are the solution of a particular problem that the founders faced personally and found a solution to it. Most people get confused in between startup and small business. Let's differentiate it on the basis of 4 factors: focus, growth, innovation, and risk. Startup focuses on rapid growth, market disruption, and potentially high valuation, whereas small businesses focuses on sustainable operations, consistent revenue, and profitability. In terms of growth, startup focuses on aggressive expansion, often seeking significant funding to scale quickly, whereas small businesses prefer gradual and controlled expansion within a specific market or niche. Startup typically introduces new products or services that challenge existing industries, whereas small businesses are often based on existing business models with minor improvements. Often startups incur high risk due to unproven concepts, competitive markets, and potential for failures, whereas small businesses, due to established market and proven business practices, incur low risk. Startup is mainly focused to a particular industry, for example, fintech industry, e-commerce industry, healthcare industry, etc. A startup can have various business model, for example, B2B, business to business, B2C, business to consumer, or C2C, consumer to consumer. Some founders prefer building a viable business, which means they will sell the business to a big company, and some prefer building a unicorn, which means they will build a $1 million company. For funding, some founders prefer bootstrap, which means they will be self-funded, and some prefer hybrid, which means a mix of debt, equity sharing, or grant. There are various factors affecting the operations of startups. Let's divide it into 2 parts: internal factors and external factors. For internal factors, there are leadership and management, team dynamics, financial resource, product market fit, and business model. For external factors, there are market condition, tech advancement, regulatory environment, economic climate, and global factors. Now let's see how the startup ecosystem has grown in India. In 2020, there were 13,798 startups recognized by the Government of India. In 2021, there were 19,375. In 2022, it was 26,330. In 2023, it was 34,774. And in the first half of 2024, it has touched the mark of 14,715 startups. The recent report shows that in the first half of 2024, there is a funding of $7 billion across 685 funding deals, which is 16% more than the previous year first half. From this, we can clearly state that startup ecosystem is growing in a constant speed on a year-on-year basis. Yes, the funding are low, but the number of deals have increased by 26%. This shows that there are more number of startups getting funded this year. But why do people choose starting a startup despite being in a good paying corporate job? For this, you need to do 2 things. First, click on the subscribe button. Second, hit the bell icon to get notification of our next video, in which we're gonna cover all these things. That's all from my side. If you learned something from this video, do hit the like button to let YouTube recognize us. And for more such startup or business related videos, do subscribe our channel. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.